Hey gorgeous people, how are we doing? How's your week? How's your month? I just wanted to come on here and I don't know, I just felt like talking my shit because I was just walking around the house just like saying a lot of things out loud, so I'm like, might as well just film what I have to say. So somebody else can listen too, you know? Oh, I want to show you my nails. I didn't really show you my nails in the last video, but I'm going to show you my nails right now. I did them by me, nails by me, nails by Mandy. If you want to follow my nail page, I have not. My nail page, my nail business, you know, honestly, I just want to do something else. So the page is kind of on hiatus, but if you want to see my other nail work, feel free. Let me describe it actually. So I did a cheetah print tip and I tried to do flowers, like 3D flowers, like sculpted by gel for the first time. Honestly, I don't really like how it turned out, but when you look at it from afar, everything is cute. I got compliments on them at work today. I also just got home from work. I'm surprised I even have like energy to even do this, but it's because like I just have so much more energy now. And you want to know why I have a lot more energy now? Because I cut a relationship off. Sometimes that's all it takes to gain back like your passion and your drive. No shade to the person, but honestly, what I noticed just from my personal experiences and just from what I've seen from other people sharing their experiences too, whenever we tend to get into relationships with people, we start to get comfortable and we start to lose focus. We start to lose focus of what we want to do in our life, what our purpose is, what we want our purpose to be, and where we want to go, and to dream big. Whenever I've been in relationships, I've always noticed that my focus on myself slowly starts to decrease as I get comfortable with this person, and I kind of start to almost rely on this person for my fulfillment. And it's natural, you know, like we're human. It can naturally happen. But sometimes letting go of somebody can really open your eyes to how much you've been lacking on yourself and lacking focus on yourself, lacking drive, lacking passion. And honestly, I think that's always an indication of you need to take some space, step back, and see what you have to do for yourself. If I can't fully prioritize myself and step on the gas for my ambition and my desires in life, if being with somebody is stopping me from that, I'm gonna walk away. Like, I have to put myself first. And that's another thing too, like, you don't have to be cheated on to leave somebody. You don't have to be betrayed by somebody to leave them. You don't have to go through worst case scenarios with somebody to leave them. The reason for leaving them can be as simple as just, I need to focus on myself. I want to gain passion for myself again, or I want to have the drive that I used to have when I was alone. There's so many other reasons, and that's also another thing. It brings me to my next point. Sorry, this is like literally like everywhere, but I just need to talk about this. Like, you know, I think where people up to, not only on like, you know, kind of losing yourself within the relationship, it's thinking that chemistry equals compatibility. And I first learned about the way my camera just cut me though. That's because my card was full. Anyways, ever since I read this post about chemistry versus compatibility, it literally just changed my life forever. I read this like a couple years ago. I will show the account here. And also, I feel like I haven't talked about this in a while. If you don't already know, which some of y'all, I feel like a lot of y'all are new here, so y'all probably don't know, but I do have a podcast with my friend Sandy. We kind of took a little break from it, but we still post on our Patreon every single month. And we have a lot of bonus content and fun stuff on there. We also have an episode on chemistry versus compatibility, and if you want to like listen to it on the way home, on the way to work, at the gym, great information. Oh, my friend sent me a voice message. Love her. I feel like Geminis, we stay sending a voice message. I mean, we stay wanting to talk, just in general. Okay, anyways, so chemistry versus compatibility. So, you know, chemistry is when, you know, there's a vibe, there's a connection, there's the same frequency that y'all are both on, and it feels really good. It feels good to connect. It feels good to finish each other's sentences. It feels good to just be on the same shit, you know? That's chemistry. Well, also sex. There's sexual chemistry, obviously. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find it. Let me just try to find it because I need to look at y'all when I talk. I don't want to be rude. I found it. Okay, so the username, I found this from, I don't know how to say her name. Ailey Jolie. I found her on Instagram and love her stuff. I love the way she thinks. She posts a lot of great, real ass just advice. It says, chemistry is not compatibility. Chemistry is reckless abandonment. Chemistry is an unrelenting desire. Chemistry is urgent. Chemistry is sexual euphoria. Chemistry is lust. So do you see what I mean? Chemistry is like, I will drop anything I'm doing to go be with this person right now because I just want it so bad. I feel like growing up, romantic movies and just the media, they just paint this picture and push onto us that love is like this, you know, love will make you do anything at any time. That's not healthy, you know? Chemistry is equated to lust, basically. Chemistry is like that sexual chemistry, like y'all get on real well, y'all have no issues in the bedroom, which is great, you know? That is definitely something that a relationship should have. I'm not saying you shouldn't have it. But compatibility, that is where we fuck up every single time. That is where everybody fucks up usually in relationships. That's why you have to make sure from the beginning if y'all are even compatible before you even get into the chemistry. Because you can have great chemistry with somebody and y'all aren't compatible, and then that just makes things even harder. And then the longer you stay with this person, you know, the chemistry is just gonna grow even more, the emotions are gonna grow even more, but y'all still aren't compatible at the end of the day. So it's just like you're setting yourself up to fail. And then it's just gonna be however long that cycle is gonna be. I see people in toxic cycles for like their whole life, and then you just robbed yourself of actual fulfillment. Do you wanna rob your own self of what you actually want? Like, do you want to settle for somebody because y'all just have great chemistry and that's it, but y'all aren't compatible, he doesn't pay for you? My first thought. So let's get into some more examples of how you could be settling, shall we? Okay, this is especially if you're dealing with a cis, straight, able-bodied man. Doesn't pay for you, expects you to help him out financially, doesn't take care of you, doesn't provide, doesn't emotionally fulfill you, doesn't take you out on dates, doesn't give you gifts, doesn't give you flowers, doesn't take out the trash, doesn't open up the door, doesn't listen, leaves you during times of hardship. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. It's really just about getting your personal needs met and fulfilled. And if they aren't, you're settling. Y'all aren't compatible and your needs aren't fully met because you think that this person is the best you're gonna get, which is wrong. That's another thing about breakups too. Every time you break up with somebody, it's the chance to receive so much more. It's a chance to start over with somebody, and it's a chance to invite something even better. And I think that's where you just really have to shift your perspective on breakups. Like, you have to focus on the new things, imagining the new things before they even get there, imagining the feeling of what your ideal person would feel like, imagining like how they would treat you, how they would spoil you, how they would take care of you better than the last. You have to think about that. You gotta focus on that because it should only get better and better each relationship. If it's just getting worse and worse, and if it's just the same thing each time, something is wrong. Something needs to be reevaluated. Personally, I think you should be feeling better and better with each relationship, and you should be thinking like, oh, like, this person treats me so much better than the last person, or this person is so much more compatible with me than the last person. That's how you should feel with every next person, however long you want to go, you know? Because it's possible. People can sit in your face and tell you that what you're asking for is too much, or your standards are too high, blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fuck, because what somebody won't do, another person will, and it's really just that simple. Like, how many people are there in the world? 8 billion, right? 8 billion people in the world, and you're telling me not one of them is gonna treat me how I want to be treated? That just don't even sound right, you know? You're not asking for too much, you're just asking the wrong person. I forgot who said that, but that was such a word. That was a word. Anyways, let's get back to this post. So compatibility. Compatibility is acceptance. Compatibility is aligned values. Compatibility is emotional safety. Compatibility is trust. Compatibility is presence. Chemistry is culturally misunderstood as compatibility. Therefore, as a psychotherapist, I spend time with my clients asking probing questions to separate the concepts of chemistry and compatibility. A mental separation is necessary if I am to assist my clients in shifting, even momentarily, out of lust and into listening to their inner world. Because lust will blind the out of you. Good dick, a good can really just blur this right here. It can really blur that. And that's where you have to step outside of that, think logically, think from the brain and not your hoo-ha. And that is your responsibility to do that. That is your responsibility to do that. Nobody else is gonna do that but you. That's where it gets hard for people. I mean, you know, sex drives the world. This is where you have to really be clear with yourself. Like, do we just really well, or is there actual compatibility? Because chemistry is intoxicating. It can lead us to fantasies that ignore the realities of who someone really is. Like, that's such a word. Like, really though. This led me not to consider if I had shared values, aligned visions for the future, congruent belief systems, or a personality that complemented the person I was swapping saliva with. I would get lost in lust because, like many of my clients, I love the feeling of chemistry. I still love feeling that magnetic animalist pull that we culturally call chemistry. Ooh, animalist pull. However, as I've aged, I now only allow myself through conscious, using the brain, conscious choice to have experiences of chemistry with humans where there is also compatibility. So really stepping back, analyzing if y'all are even compatible first before you even step into the chemistry. Compatibility should be the #1 thing to vet for before even stepping into the chemistry, because the deeper you fall into the chemistry, the harder it will be to leave. I've lived and learned when the chemistry is not balanced with compatibility, the realm of fantasy can steal me from reality. Personally, I find that my life operates easier when I live in a shared consensus reality, not in the stories my mind likes to create, not the delusion. I'm talking to you, not the delusion. Professionally, I would argue that most humans, if not all humans, do better in reality than in fantasy. Although, fantasy commonly does feel more fun. Of course it does, girl, of course. These fun fantasy feelings make it hard to guide ourselves from intoxicating chemistry into sincere curiosities around compatibility. But it is possible you can slow down the process, you can recenter yourself, and choose to end experiences of intense chemistry with humans you have no compatibility with. This process is hard. I've witnessed hundreds of humans struggle with it. Of course, we're only human. In my effort to make it simpler for you, I've outlined chemistry and compatibility. If you are still unsure and are questioning, am I compatible with this new human? Or am I lost in chemistry? Ask yourself. Listen up, y'all. If you're sitting there wondering like, am I compatible with my man? Or am I really compatible with her? Them? Whoever you're with. If you're sitting there and like questioning that, listen. How present are you with them? Did you ask them about their values, vision for the future, or belief systems? How present are you with you lately? Did you stop spending time with your friends, chosen family, hobbies, and passions? Did you stop participating in your self-care? Are you present? Did chemistry lead you to leave reality? Because that's what happened with me. And it always happens, but I always leave. I will always leave. I will always leave. I'm not about to rob myself of what I need to do for myself. I'm only 24, you know? I'm a lover. I love to share my love. But I can't just be doing that willy-nilly and doing that with somebody that I have no compatibility with. And I also have a Gemini Venus, so I also think that also makes it a little easier to leave somebody. And I have an avoidant attachment style, so it's I'm gonna always want to leave. So it kind of helps in these situations. It's never a wrong thing to let go, because if it comes back, that's how you know it's really yours. Let me finish like a thought. Hold on. How present are you with you lately? I think I started to not be as present. It's little things like you don't dance anymore in the mirror. You don't enjoy doing your skincare anymore. You don't work out as much anymore. You don't write as much anymore. You don't journal as much anymore. You don't do your makeup as much anymore. You don't dress up the way that you usually like to dress up. It's little things like that that can trickle and spiral into you just completely losing yourself because you're so occupied with somebody else and you're giving your time and energy to something else that isn't you, when you should be giving all of your energy to yourself first before anything else. You gotta fill up that cup before you fill it into anybody else's. Did you stop spending time with your friends? I will say I didn't stop spending time with my friends. I feel like I've passed that point to where if I'm dating somebody, I don't give a f. I'm gonna be with my bitches, you know? Like, I love my friends. Friends are there for life. Flings and situationships, relationships, whatever the fuck, that usually will come and go, but friends are there through everything. Like, I will always prioritize my friends. Hobbies that I stopped spending, yeah, I think I honestly started working out less. I didn't journal as much. Even doing YouTube. I feel like doing YouTube or just like my content creating, just things that I really like to do before, I just kind of, I don't know, I lost my drive because I was just occupied and just prioritizing spending time with this person, doing things with this person. And, you know, it's natural to get into that. I feel like if I lose passion for myself, I've just lost the plot. That's a sign. That's a sign to take my birth control. Okay. You can wait, girl. I mean, like, I'm gonna take it. Don't worry. Like, I'm not trying to get pregnant. What am I even saying? Okay. But anyways, it brings me to my point. It brings me back to the point of you don't have to wait for somebody to cheat on you to leave. You don't have to wait on somebody to betray you. You don't have to wait for the worst thing to happen in the world. Why would you even want to wait until that time? Because then now you're gonna have to heal from that. And let's just not even get to that point. Let's be proactive. So are we even compatible in the first place? If y'all aren't, it's time to make that exit plan, girl. Especially if you're like in your 20s. I mean, honestly, no. This applies to people in their 30s, 40s, however old you are. You don't know how long you're gonna live. You literally don't know how long you're gonna live. Do you wanna be wasting time right now? We have shit to do, girl. We have things to do. We have places to be, things to wear, people to see. We have things to do. Why would you willingly want to set yourself back? Why would you willingly want to waste your time with something that isn't even fully fulfilling you in the first place? You can simply leave somebody because they're just not enough for you. You can leave somebody because y'all just aren't compatible. You can leave somebody because you just don't want to be with them anymore. It doesn't have to be such a grandiose reason. Like, it doesn't have to get to that point, period. But yeah, after leaving that relationship, I just feel really good. And honestly, I don't mean to sound heartless, y'all. I really don't. After every single relationship I've been in, I just, you know, obviously there's a grieving period. Like, you know, it's not like I was never sad. Like, I was, you know, that didn't feel good. It didn't feel good to come to this decision. But if it gets to the point to where that person is just holding so much power over my mind and over my time to where I'm just emotionally distraught and I am just triggered, like, a lot, and I lost passion, I lost ambition. If I'm just, like, losing things about myself, it's time to go, girl. It's time to go. Like, let's not waste time. Like, we don't have to drag things out. Because the more you drag things out and the more you just be in something that you don't even really actually want in the first place, the longer it's going to take for something better to come in. So again, you're just robbing yourself. You're robbing yourself of your own fulfillment. Which just that don't even sound right. But yeah, I don't know, I just feel different. I feel a shift. After the grieving period of the relationship, I always just get into like this really like passionate, like excited, like happy phase of just like, yes, like a bitch is single, new things on the rise, lots of ideas, lots of plans, and these are things that I honestly wouldn't have thought of while being with that person because I was just in a completely different headspace. And so yeah, I don't know, I'm happy to be in this headspace, happy, excited for what's to come. I have things to do, places to be, people to see, places to go, things to achieve. I have things that are due for me, and I just have to go for it and push on the gas. Instead of feeling like it's gonna happen in the future, I need to start now, because that's the only reason of how it's gonna happen in the future is if I do it right now. Yeah, this popped up on your YouTube, suggested. You were meant to click on it, and you're meant to hear me yap about this for I don't even know how long this video is gonna be. Probably like, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. Nobody's gonna save you. Nobody's gonna save you but you. Just with you and your life and your purpose and what you want out of your life, nobody's gonna do that for you. It's changing that victim mindset to, let me just get the f up and get what I deserve and get what is owed to me. I noticed after I left this relationship, I feel like that fire inside of me that I always get when I leave somebody. So, I'm just really meant to just be in my own thing right now. But that's not to say that good things didn't happen while I was in these relationships either. You know, two things can be true at once. Like, you can be with somebody and great things happen to y'all, but then it gets to a point to where the relationship has served its purpose and it's time to just let each other go and to move on to the next thing. Because the universe has a plan for you. You gotta let the connection be what it is. Like, you don't need to be with somebody longer than what it needs to be. Relationships, how I see it, relationships are here to teach you about yourself. They're here to mirror yourself. They're here to teach you lessons. And once those lessons are learned, and once you can see that this relationship doesn't serve you anymore, the compatibility just isn't there like you thought it was, it's time to go. And I don't know, every time I see people become single, they usually just level the f up. If you were wondering whether or not you should break up with whoever and you've been debating that for a long time, the fact that you've even been debating it for a long time means that you should. But this is a sign to, you know, break up with them. And I mean, obviously do what you want, you know? Honestly, I don't feel like it's ever a wrong thing to let somebody go. Is that bad to say? I think it is never a wrong thing to just focus on yourself. Because if the connection is really meant to happen, it will come back regardless of anything. So letting somebody go, if y'all are meant to be together again, it's gonna happen naturally again. So I never feel like it's a wrong thing to put yourself first and to take space and to see what life is like on your own again without putting so much energy into somebody else that isn't you. This is your sign to step the f back and level the f up. Just put all that energy into yourself and to remember how great it feels to be alone, or to learn how great it feels to be alone if you haven't felt that before. I forgot how great it was to just really put so much energy into myself and to just feel that fire for myself again. I haven't felt that in a little while. Not too long. I wasn't dating this person for that long. I just honestly realized that I just have a lot of power to bring things to life, and I noticed that that power is always heightened the most when I am alone, I'm celibate, and I'm literally only pouring my energy back into myself. I noticed that things just happen so much quicker because everybody, all of y'all have this power within yourself to literally manifest and make your life be whatever the f you want it to be. You cannot hold yourself back by just only wanting to be with them because you get lonely and you just can't be alone. Like, we gotta grow up and prioritize things. What do you want your life to look like? How are you gonna get there? And what is gonna stop you? You know, if you're okay with living an unfulfilled life, and if you're okay with not achieving your dreams, then, you know, I can't say anything. Each and every one of us possesses this power to bring whatever the we want into reality. A lot of times we get in our own way. So yeah, the purpose of this video is to really say, do not get in your own way. Know that you have the power to change whatever the you want to change in your life. And our emotions and that chemistry and that lust cloud our decisions majorly. It's time to just step back and reevaluate. It never hurts to reevaluate things, and it's never too late. That's also another thing. It's never too late to leave somebody either. Again, there's so many people in the world to give you what you want. If that person can't, another person will. And that's the beauty of life. That's all I have to say today. If y'all want me to talk more about this, let me know. But yeah, that's all I can think of right now. I just really had to yap for a second. But yeah, love y'all. See y'all next week. I think I might do another get ready with me, or I'll put together a vlog. Whatever y'all want, I will deliver. Okay, love y'all. Mwah.